into partisanship of the nature that we're witnessing now. Number 3, the faith community must actually work together to make a statement to the world that everything that has been happening in this country is not at all religious. The situation in Jos is not religious, it's communal, it's political. Maybe it is not what we want to hear, but that is the truth.
You were one of the leaders of the January 2012 protest against fuel subsidy removal in Lagos. Tell me, why did you do that?
Oh, I've always been an activist. The activist in me will never die. And I think that every religious leader must also be an activist, because we are closer to the people. We feel their pain. We feel their suffering. They listen to us. We listen to them. We know that they're having it very, very tough and very hard. And of course, we can't be apart from them. I want you to know that we will always stand with the people. We will stand by the government when it is doing what is right. But outside of that, we are a part of the people. We will always identify with their plight, and we will help them to tell the government. And in the majority of cases, we have had channels of communication with the government. But when a government fails to listen, when a government blocks these channels of communication, we do not have a choice but to let the world know that this is a government that has refused to listen, and we are not a part of it. Otherwise, a day will come that religious leaders will no longer be listened to, because they were not there when it mattered. They didn't say the truth when it mattered.
What, in your opinion, is the biggest problem facing Nigeria? Is it unemployment? Is it corruption? Is it insecurity?
The greatest problem, in my view, facing Nigeria is the fact that Nigerians lack faith in their country and in themselves. That's, to my mind, the greatest problem. If you believe in this country, you will not steal a huge amount of money and take it to South Africa. People are even taking money from Nigeria to Cameroon. They're taking it to Benin Republic, taking it to Ghana, taking it to Togo. If you're faced in this country, bad enough to steal, but worse, that you steal money from Nigeria and you take it out of Nigeria to benefit others. Now, of course, this also leads to the problem of endemic corruption. That unemployed graduates who are looking out to eke out an existence are required to pay bribe before they get employed. Pregnant women, before they get attention, will need to pay tips. It's so bad. It's not at the highest and at the lowest level. The third is the problem of leadership. Some leaders, they are sighted, but they have no vision. Very unfortunately, they have eyes, but they have no vision. They're confused about the whole thing. And after that, we have the problem of followership. For the first time, January 2012, Nigerians stood and said no. And you can see what it threw up. The oil cabal, the subsidy probe, the Kanta probe, and so on. I just imagine How great it's going to be for Nigerians to stand up and say, no, we cannot accept this. It's not about violence. It's not about disruption. It's about asserting our rights to say no to things that we don't want. The problem of followership is as bad as the problem of leadership because they feed one into the other.
Before we go, I'd like to go back to the teachings of Islam. What is Islam's take on evangelism?
Yes, there are verses of the Quran that is urging us to invite others to our conviction. For instance, the one that is immediately relevant is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, O you people of the book, Islam regards the Jews and the Christians as people of the book. The Quran says, O you people of the book, come to a word that is common to both of us. What is the word that is common to both of us? That, we worship God alone. And we do not worship anything other than God. This is common. But if you will not join us on this, then bear witness that we are Muslims. Now this means if you will not accept our faith, at least acknowledge that we have a faith that is different from yours. Tolerate us. We will tolerate you. That is the essence of lakum dinukum waliyadin. Yours is your religion and mine is my religion. We can still do things together.
Imam Abdulrahman Ahmad, thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
And thank you for watching. View from the Top returns next week, but in the meantime, let's continue the conversation online at channelstv.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, so you know who my next guest is, and you can participate in our segment Public Probe by sending in questions. Thank you again for watching.
Good afternoon and welcome to News Track. I am Amarachi Ubani.
And I'm Harriet Agbinyi. These are the top stories this hour. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Atahiru Jega, has assured Nigerians that all eligible voters will get their permanent voter's card before the end of December. Professor Jega, who spoke at a meeting with resident electoral commissioners in Abuja, said the commission has completed the first phase of the permanent voters card registration, while the second phase is set to start soon.
The INEC boss also said that the Commission plans to